my name is Brette, and I am the founder of STUK Designs. STUK Designs is super important to me because of my passion for art as well as mental health advocacy. When I was about five, and in kindergarten, I lived in Orange County. And I remember doing art for one of the first times, and in the class, our teacher pulled out the box of crayons, and she pulled out a orange crayon, and she said, "You color this lightly, and that is skin color, that's skin tone." And I remember sitting there like when I was five and looking down at like my own hand, like that's not my skin color, but I was the only girl of color in the class, like completely. And probably the school, and probably our neighborhood. So quickly after that, my mom relocated us to Oakland, which at the time was definitely a diverse cultural melting pot. So I went from one extreme kind of to another, and so I have perspectives of being the only Black girl and perspectives of being in a very diverse environment. But being in the art world and developing as an artist, being in art classes, since about that age, I was often the only. In most classes, I was the only, and there's a very strong feeling behind that, like just of being the only Black girl. It's very awkward. Like you can't really be yourself. Like the teachers are usually white, but it's like once you get higher up in the art world, you start seeing less and less color. And so I really want to change that for Black girls. Right now, I feel like there's slim to none representation of Black girls in art classes. Growing up, I really can't remember very many Black friends in art classes or anything. And it's just like, that shouldn't be. Like, we're in 2021, why is that still happening? And why aren't people more upset about it? Like, why don't people care about this? So that's really my passion and why I'm so purpose-driven about STUK, because it has the ability to change the world. We really believe that it's a humanitarian issue. Currently, there are about, I would say 5% women of color artists that are actually included in museums around the US. And that is such a small percentage, and by those museums I mean like big museums like MoMA, but that is such a small percentage, and that shouldn't be. Like, that is not normal, that is not equal, that's not equitable, and it's because of like the just systematic racism and systematic structure that continues to exist and not present opportunities to girls of color. And it's not fair and it's not right, and we want it to stop. We want to give more girls opportunity for art resources, art supplies, which are super expensive, art classes, and we want them to be able to have creative careers and actually believe that they can have creative careers. Because right now, we're looking at, whatever the aftermath of this pandemic may or may not be, and it's projected that about 20 million girls might not make it to school, back to school, after the pandemic, just because of how many have been out of school due to it, and that's on a global level. And in STUK, we have really seen this actually, firsthand, because we had to put about 3 to 4, or maybe 5 girls back in school, who were going to our partner school and who ended up not being able to afford it anymore. And they were just out of school, selling on the street, doing whatever they had to do to support their families. And through our donated funds, we were able to get them off selling off the streets, or get them off just staying at home and back in our partner school, which is Diamond State Academy, and it is in Kumasi, Ghana. So that, in essence, is really why I'm passionate about STUK. And as an artist, I'm sitting right now in a gallery show that I am included in, and I want girls to just have opportunities like this and be able to do this. Like, I want to see more girls who look like me in this industry, in this career, and I don't really see any other organizations doing it. I don't see the government doing it. I don't see any other help doing it. And so we're really yelling out here that there is an extreme need for artistic education And without it, it's just like there's only the minimum, there's the bare bones of like social structure. And you know, art is a part of life. Art is life, and art creates movement, art creates energy, art creates life. And without that weaved into all of those other elements, it's kind of it's boring. Who wants to go to school with no fun, with no art, with no creative outlet? It's a part of just really being able to learn how to focus, learn how to sit still, learn how to hone in your attention, your focus, it just gives you an outlet away from like social media, an outlet away from, you know, the outside world, and it helps you tune into yourself, which is what STUK is all about, self-love first.